help, and it's got like a Gemini side. Do you want help building ads? So I said, okay, cool, build it then. And it actually built this amazing ad.
Yeah.
And I was quite impressed with it. And then it was before I sort of went on to say, it just bombed out. And then it didn't come back. So I didn't save it. So I had to go manual after that. So, but it said it's in beta. So it's in beta. So I thought if it's they must just get it right, because it actually built quite a good ad. You know, the headers, the descriptions, everything.
Wow.
And while I was busy admiring my new ad for my client, it just bombed out. Like, goodbye, it's gone. and then it didn't go to draft, and I couldn't save it. So, but I suppose they're still experimenting. It's not there yet, but if that's what's coming, it's going to help us in media to build campaigns, to structure them, to come up with ideas. It really changes the game. What took me, say, 10 or 15 minutes is going to take me like half the time, even less. So that was quite cool this week. Yeah,
that's good. Time, well, time spent. But the Pi one, I actually heard now that there's a new one that came out with that can actually sense your mood and it can be more empathetic in terms of the conversation. So it basically can, from your tone of voice or even from your facial expressions, it'll sense what mood you're in, and then it will adapt the way that it speaks to you. So that's also.
So that's your new therapist. But now, what do you think of Siri and Alexa? What is your attitude around those? What do you think is going to happen?
I think that's exactly what is going to happen. Those are going to get built in AI. I heard somebody say today in the American fall, they were saying it'll be ready in the fall. So then I think those things will become what they were supposed to be in the first place. It'll be interesting. But I mean, the reading your mood and that sort of stuff is going to be useful for sales teams. You know, when if the app is, or the bot is making a sales call, that it'll actually be able to pick up what the person's mood is, what they're speaking to, if they're irritated or what, and then they can kind of go a little bit more gently, or if they feel like the person is in a happy mood, they can join in that kind of conversation. So it'll be interesting to see.
Can I just ask you something?
Just
quickly, I see that there's a lot of people all over the place and on social media say, here are the top 15 tools you must use, and here's the top 20 AI tools, and here's the flipping top 100. None of us have got time for that nonsense. I think AI is going to come into like Microsoft, what we use already, Google that we use already, what we're using already is going to be augmented by AI. Do you agree? Because I don't want to go out and sign up with 25 other. It's like crazy, man. And that's what it looks like. It's segmented all over the place. Can't we? I think it's going to all move into what we're doing anyway.
No, absolutely. I mean, the whole thing. I mean, what I do is I experiment with a lot of these tools and things so that I can chat to you guys about it. And, if somebody asks me advice or that sort of type of stuff. So that's always interesting. I think the place to start is to actually have a list of use cases of things that you wish that AI could do for you, and then you'll see when these tools kind of come around and you say, well, that looks like something that can do that other thing for me. So I think that's maybe more like the way to go about it, rather than to go look at all these tools and things. Even in your Chrome browser, if you think about it, a piece of software that we all probably use every day and most of the time is your browser. And Chrome has now got built in a help me write function. So literally, if you think about it, everywhere you go on the internet, the Chrome browser is going to help you write. So you don't need to help me write tool specifically if that's all you're going to use it for. But I think that's going to be the first place where most people are going to be exposed to AI or use AI knowingly for the first time by using help me write in the Chrome browser. It's quite interesting. Anyway, okay, great. I've just got a couple of things we can chat more as we carry on. But let me just see. It looks like somebody else is joining us. If you can all see my screen there. What I want to obviously the usual stuff. If anybody is new and is here for the first time, please let us know in the chat or just put up your hand that if we can see you, and then we can kind of get to know you and see what business are you in, and what is your level of expertise with AI. What's your favorite tool that you use? That would be interesting. So yeah, do switch on your camera if you're coming in. I'd like to, greet you guys. Zintle, nice to see you. Have you been on the call before, Zintle?
No, we have not.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome then. It's nice to have you here.
Thank you.
Where are you from, Zintle?
Right now I'm in Pretoria.
Okay.
Yeah,
What kind of,
I work in
yeah? What kind of business?
yeah. Sorry.
What kind of business are you in?
So I don't personally have a business. I work for a business, and we provide e-commerce solutions for our enterprise B2C and B2B clients. A couple of them are very well known. A lot of them are very well known. But yeah, I'm a front-end developer.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, I create the websites and I maintain the websites. So I write code is my main
Good,
thing.
good. We need code writers on this this group to help us with the technical stuff. So it's good to have you here. Any specific AI tools that's your favorite that you like?
I don't necessarily have a favorite. We build a lot of AI solutions at
Oh,
work.
okay.
Currently, we are building a virtual shopping assistant. We are in the e-commerce space, so we wanted to create a solution where you can have a shopping assistant that is like an in-person experience where you could talk to them and be like, hey, I need something like this or a product like this.
Okay.
It is powered by OpenAI. So yeah, that's something I'm working on right now.
Brilliant. Okay, that sounds amazing. Okay. Yeah, I think that's, it'll be great to hear how we spoke about all these different tools and things that are out there, but how it's being used by enterprise clients as well, and how they incorporate that into their business would be interesting. So yeah, do put up your hand if you've got any comments or anything to contribute. Hi, Eric. Nice to see you here. I don't know if you could put on your camera quickly and say hi. Eric, are you there? No. I think Eric left when I said hello. Okay, cool.
Chased him away.
Okay, so let's carry on. So the meeting agenda, we're going to discuss a couple of interesting topics in terms of introducing and implementing AI into your business, and this is sort of at a sort of more corporate level, and then also we're going to talk about. I'm going to show you some cool tools today, and I know Gary loves video tools. So I'm going to be focusing on that type of thing for you guys today. Cool. All right, Eric, I see you back. If you can say, you want to quickly say hi, switch on your camera and unmute yourself. Okay, cool. As soon as you're ready, you can do that. Let's get going here. Right. So I found a couple of interesting slides from HubSpot. They did some research recently in terms of how people are implementing AI into their businesses, and this is specifically around startups and the go-to-market for those startups. So I think it's quite interesting and relevant to a lot of us in terms of how we implement these things. But yeah, they say, for instance, the most common challenges that these companies face when implementing AI tools, and this is again relating to go-to-market strategy, is that the cost of hiring for those with AI experience. So obviously that is something that is going to increase at least for the next couple of years, I think. And then AI, integrating issues between AI and existing systems. So a lot of businesses have got their existing software and tools and platforms and things that they use. So the question for them, one of the big questions is in terms of integrating that into their existing systems. Lack of existing employees with AI expertise and overall cost of AI tools. So yeah, the lack of existing employees is obviously a training issue, and it's the other issue whether people are interested in actually learning something new. And then the opportunities, do you expect to hire more employees in deploying AI tools in the next year? And 66% of these companies said yes. So the people are actually employing more people, but it's the people with AI experience that they're actually looking to employ. So it's that saying that we've a couple of times said, people aren't going to lose their jobs to AI, they're going to lose their jobs to people with experience in AI. So the other concerns that companies have is, does your company have concerns about incorporating usage of AI tool, or which are the big concern? Data privacy, I think, is obviously a big one. Ethical implications, uncertainty and accuracy. No specific concern, integration with existing system and the processes. So it's similar to that other one that came up. But I think data privacy obviously is a concern for a lot of companies, and that's why a lot of companies are holding back with the implementation, and they ban the use of AI in their businesses. So I think that's maybe something that a lot of companies will need to address, and they need to have a policies and protocol around that. And then how do you think AI tools will contribute to your company's growth in the next year? A lot of them say 44% actually said moderately increased growth, and then 34% said significantly increased growth. So 77%, 78% believe that AI is going to be a contributor for growth in their businesses. So I think that's quite an interesting perspective there. Are there any sort of further comments or things that you guys are seeing relating to some of these things here? Any questions or insights from what you guys are experiencing? Okay, just put up your hand or wave or something. I'll try and keep an eye on the screen there. But yeah, I heard a noise. Who's Louisa? Yes.
Hi everyone. Quentin, the opportunity with regards to hiring or deploying more staff. I'm seeing the need for facilities management companies, so where spaces are being occupied.
Yeah.
There's a lot of those kind of things. Then you actually follow where people actually work in the offices.
Yeah.
And you don't need to deploy tons of staff all over the show, and then that's actually a cost to the client, which is really, really good. So some great stuff coming out of that. Thank you.
Yeah, that's very true. Thanks for that, Louisa. Yeah, I think that's an interesting point. So the other thing is just so AI and helping in go-to-market, and it says companies are leaping ahead. So AI is particularly helping high-growth B2B and B2C startups in tech-forward industries. So improve conversion rates, increase customer engagement, and the quality of incoming leads. So this, if I understand it correctly, this is basically just saying companies that are growing fast are early adopters of AI. So it's interesting that culture maybe exists already in companies, and they're adopting AI quite quickly into their businesses. And then the type of industries where the startups exists that are using AI, most of them obviously sits in IT and in software. So Zinkley, that's why your industry is very much at the forefront. And then professional and business services, manufacturing, leisure and hospitality, financial activities. But actually, the interesting thing for me of this chart is there's not a massive difference between the different departments. Okay, the top one is 83, the bottom one is 65 for construction. But it's still saying that startups in these industry are still investing a lot in AI. Okay, so where AI is accelerating, or the go-to-market strategies for startups, what benefits has your company experienced from using AI in your go-to-market? Increased customer conversion rates. So that's the biggest one. And I think a lot of the initial tools that came out was around, creating content. It was around writing better and engaging with customers better. So that's where that obviously can help you. And then if you think about before AI, we all had to write our own copy unless we actually paid copywriters for it. And now with AI, we can actually improve the quantity and quality of messages out to clients. So I think that's what's driving the customer conversion rates, the customer engagement, improved lead quality, the revenue per sale, shorten the sales cycle. That's an interesting one as well. And then how does your company utilize AI in your marketing strategy, your go-to-market? Customer targeting and segmentation. That's a massive one. If you understand your customer better and you can use AI to do proper targeting and segmentation, and then the next step, personalization of that marketing content, then it's not just one size fits all, but it's you're actually personalizing messages specifically for people. Better understanding the customer journey. I think that's also interesting if you know how the customer gets to you via which websites and where do they search and do they go on Google and whatever it is, how they end up with you. If you understand that journey, you can go and meet them where they are and help them along that journey. We also talk about funnels. If we understand if somebody is just getting to know that they have a problem in a certain area, then you can speak to them in a certain way, as opposed to somebody who's knows exactly what their problem is. They just want a solution, and then you speak to that person in a different way as well. So this is where AI is going to revolutionize. It's already doing it in a big way. So yeah, I found these insights quite interesting. Most popular AI tools, Gary, you were asking about this. So in sale, you'll see the big bucket here is ChatGPT in most of these. Now, the research was done by HubSpot. So I see that they feature, HubSpot's tools feature quite prominently in all 4 areas as well. But then there's tools like Jasper, which is a writing marketing tool. Lumen 5, which it's a video creation tool. I'll show you that just now. And Grammarly, we all know that helps most of us to stop being embarrassed by our spelling mistakes and the way our grammar is, how we write our grammar. Otter has been my favorite tool for a long time, even before AI with transcription. But yeah, those are the tools that they say they use. And then just the key takeaways. To be successful in AI and go-to-market, startups needs to segment contacts more strategically for marketing, sales, and service. Personalize everything from web content to email to SMS messaging. Empower employees to experiment with AI, however they feel comfortable. Then guide them to the company-approved tools and resources. Invest in AI-trained employees or upskill your current team members. And then what's next for startups? Founders will build niche AI tools for every use case in the industry. So that's, I think, what the business that Cynthia is in. If you're not going to take off-the-shelf tools and integrate them into your company, you might want to go to the case of actually building niche or customized tools specifically for your business. AI-powered startups will scale faster, and startups, and bring in more investor attention. I think a lot of people want that. I saw a comment somewhere where they say investors in these companies are now looking to see if the startups actually have an AI plan and actually have AI built into their business or their go-to-market, which is to them is an important factor of potential success in future. And startups not using AI will lose out to their competitors. So the customer's experience will become even more important as a differentiator. So I think these are super helpful things to keep in mind when you start thinking about AI and what's next with AI. Any questions or comments? I see, Brenda, I see you've joined us since I started. Do you want to quickly say hello and maybe put on your camera, or just give us a wave, just to see if you're there and if you're not a bot?
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
If you can see me.
Yes, we can see you.
Okay.
Where are you from, Brenda?
I'm from South Africa.
Okay, and what business are you in?
I'm in audit and accounting.
Ah, okay. Lots of data, lots of numbers.
Yeah.
Are you guys using AI?
Yes, we've started experimenting with ChatGPT as well and other tools in our processes at work. Yes.
Okay. And any sort of customized tools or any specific tools for auditing in the finance world that you guys are looking at?
In terms of auditing, we use Caseware, but in terms of accounting, we use DraftRix and Caseware as well. But
Okay.
obviously, in terms of how we do things, we started off with Monday.com. We have used also. I'm forgetting the other one that we started with first, just to see how we can collaborate and be more efficient as a team. Before, we never used to have anything like that.
Fantastic. Okay, well, that's great. It's nice to have you in this group, and we'd love to hear more about what you guys do with AI. Okay, so so these are sort of what all the tools that we've looked at so far. We started off with prompt engineering, ChatGPT. We looked at some GPTs, Canva and AI, Deco here, which is a cool little tool that I showed you guys. Google Workspace and Microsoft Pilot, we talk about it a lot. And then Chat Hub was that one that I showed you guys where you compare the different chatbots side by side, Perplexity. And then, so what I want to do today is I'm going to actually have a look at a couple of tools. And these are the top 15 tools that you must have, Gary. You can't be without these tools. You must install them on your PC today. No, I'm just kidding. So I'll just show you some examples. And this is where I think the idea is that you have to, just look at the functionality that's in tools and just come up with some use cases, or just, prompt some ideas that you might have where you can use it. So maybe this is the tool you use, or maybe you use a different tool. So for instance, Gamma over here is a one to create presentations, but you can create fantastic presentations in Canva as well. And there's Slides.io and a whole bunch of different things in there. And then in video, Elevenlabs and Descript. So let me show you a couple of these cool tools, and then you guys can tell me the sort of use cases that you see for it, or whether you will be able to use this in your business. Gamma is the slides creator. So if you literally go in there and you type in so this is what they call a text to presentation tool. So if you literally go in and type a prompt, so like, let's say a pitch deck for building a colony on Mars, and you generate that, and then basically it will build a whole deck for you just off that one prompt. I actually want to get the sound going here because it's got a voiceover and everything on it. So if I can just do that. So, oops, sorry. I'll keep clicking on the wrong place. Oh, this is just music. It's another one I'm thinking of. So that creates a whole slide deck with nice animations and everything. And then when you're ready to edit it, you look at the slide, you can actually use AI again to edit those slides. So it says, let's change up the look and feel. And if you play, or if you hit the generate buttons, and then it gives you a different look and feel for those presentations, for the deck, different colors, different pictures and type of stuff. And then if you're happy with one, you choose the next theme that it gives you, and then you'll see that it changes the whole presentation. And then you can go and say, are there better ways to visualize this? So you can change just one slide if this slide is a bit boring for you, and then it gives you 3 different options that you can have a look at and change the slide on the fly. So a really quick and easy way to build your slide deck. So I don't know if has anybody used that before, or can see any use cases for it with the stuff that you're doing.
It looks good, Quentin. It looks very good. We think we must test it.
Yeah, I think it is quite a useful tool. So I'll show you.
What does it cost? Is there a free version, or what's the paid version?
Yeah, there is actually a free version, which is quite useful to a certain extent. I think you can make a certain number of slides for free, and then you start paying. Yes, Jonathan. You're on mute.
Sorry. Yeah. Okay. I think, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Cool. Okay. So I just want to see, like so I see it can be used essentially for marketing. Can it be used to create a corporate portfolio as well?
Absolutely. Anything. The next presentation, that was kind of a promo video, but the next one goes into a little bit more details. So let's say if you just want to get started, you can create from one-line prompts, or you can actually upload, or import documents. So you can import a Word document, or you can actually link it to a blog as well, or whatever. Or you just can copy and paste a whole bunch of information in there, and then you can sort of limit the amount of AI. So this one says create with AI, but as you see there, you can use just paste in text or import a file, and then you can go and say, okay, I want a presentation, or I want a document, or actually make up a web page for me, and it talks about cards instead of slides, and then it's a similar sort of concept. But as you know, even a web page actually just consists of different containers or blocks and stuff. So yeah, you can prompt it for, say, generate an outline, and then you can go in and play with that outline and customize it the way you want it to be. So it is 100% customizable. So it'll make it the way you want it to look. So if you want to make it more corporate, you can do that. And yes, you can actually go and grab some images as well, and get stuff off the web, or actually get AI images generated within the tool. So, and then when you go into advanced mode, you can actually go and look at and editing some stuff card by card, by just prompting again, and just telling it exactly what you want it to do. It can do it in a whole bunch of different languages. This one can't actually do South African languages. And I think, as I showed you last week or the week before, Canva has actually got Xhosa and Zulu that it can do as well. And then you've got the themes that you can choose, so you can make it a fun tool or a learning tool or a corporate presentation, whatever it is, and it'll generate it from that. And then you could just carry on and add more blocks and do some more editing with AI. Like, for instance, you can go in and then there's specific things that you can do, like you can with any sort of a PowerPoint or those type of things. But your editing is
Quentin?
AI based. Yeah.
Can I just ask a question quickly? How does this compare to the AI in Copilot in Microsoft with presentations, doing like presentations there?
I think if you're looking for a really creative and a nice looking, I think Gamma builds nicer looking presentation decks than Copilot at the moment. I'm sure at some point Copilot will get there, but for now, I think Gamma is in the lead in terms of just creating a great look and feel for presentations.
Oh, it looks good. Yeah.
Okay, so that's Gamma, and I'll just carry forward now. The same thing, what I was saying, text to presentations. Now you can go text to video, and here's a tool called In Video, and you prompt, for instance, say, make a video on how to live inside a black hole without dying.
A giant bubble wrap suit and roll into the black hole and explore your own private planet.
So this is saying, make a video on how to live inside a black hole without dying, and in rhyme, and in the voice of Morgan Freeman. I don't know if you guys can hear the sound.
A giant bubble wrap suit, you'll see, will protect you from gravity's play.
Okay, and you didn't like that, so you say make it cinematic.
Just pop some bubbles and you'll be right. No need to worry. It's a funny sight.
And then you could say, change the format, turn this into an ad.
Imagine waking up to the sound of space-time being distorted each day. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Sure.
So in video is super powerful, because if you think about it, it's writing the script for you. It's coming up with the stock images. It is producing the video. It's adding a voiceover in the style that you want. And obviously you can add your own voice as well. And again, once it's produced, you can go in and edit also with AI, edit the old-fashioned way with the timeline and all that sort of stuff, but also you can edit with AI. So it literally is, with a couple of prompts, you can have a video up and ready to go.
What's it called?
It's called In Video, INVIDEO, In Video.
It's also cool, eh?
Very cool, yeah. And here's the kicker. If you go into ChatGPT, you know, the GPTs that we talked about, InVideo has created a GPT in there. So you could literally go into ChatGPT and go find the InVideo video maker by InVideo AI. And in the same way, you can then go and just prompt it, make a 3-minute video about Malaga, Spain, best things to do, and it'll start creating it for you in ChatGPT. But then once you click on the video, it'll actually take you across into InVideo, and then it'll take you to your video, and then you can do the editing and stuff that I spoke about earlier.
City of Malaga, where golden beaches meet vibrant culture and tantalizing cuisine beckons from every corner. Nestled in the heart of Spain's Costa del Sol, this enchanting city.
So that's pretty cool. So you can you can go straight from ChatGPT, type in your prompt there, and you can get your video produced for you. Pretty cool. So that's in video. And then another thing about videos, and I love this tool as well. It's called Descript, and the Descript allows you to edit videos based on the transcription that is in there. So for instance, if you have a video, let's say this podcast or this recording of this video, if I want to upload it in here and produce it and make something better out of it, you can literally upload the whole video and choose a file or choose the video to transcribe, or you start writing something, or you start with a new template. And then, you've got the options of creating different styles of templates, different sizes, vertical or horizontal, and all of those sort of things. And it's quite quick in transcribing videos. So, and then once you hit the transcription button, you can actually choose also tell it what language it is. And you also give it a speaker name. You tell it how many speakers are in the video, and then I'll show you how you could actually use that speaker name later on to actually add words in that you didn't say in the first place. So on the left-hand side here, it creates a whole transcription for you, and then you can literally go on, and with the text, you can go edit stuff and make that text, or edit the words, and that'll change the actual video as well. So you can use the bottom part there as well. But let me just show you on this side, on the left-hand side here. If you this is now going into the aspect ratio and that sort of stuff. So let me just jump forward here quickly. If you can highlight, let's say, that first part over there, and you can see, okay, I don't want that to be part of my video. I can just literally highlight it and hit the delete button, and then it's gone. It literally clips the video, and you can carry on with your video like that. Highlight the piece or highlight a word that you didn't like, and you can delete it, and it's gone. So, and then the other, you can also use the regular editing timeline at the bottom, but so let me just skip forward to that piece as well, the part that I'm most excited about. Yes, when you're editing with a timeline, you could just kind of highlight certain sections and delete. And then what you can do is what they call filler words or gaps. I don't know if you can see that. That is pretty small there, but it says shorten gaps. So if you speak super slowly, or your guest or whatever, and there's a lot of gaps in between, or people have stopped speaking, it'll automatically find all the gaps throughout your transcription, and you can delete them all. And then the next one, which it actually doesn't show very clearly, but it's grayed out here. It says remove filler words. So the ums and ahs and the ooh and maybe and the things that we say all the time, you can literally tell it to find those things and delete them all in one go. Or you can just highlight them and then go back and delete them one by one. So that is a very useful tool that you can do there. So the next one is, for instance, if you want to add a word. So there's a functionality called overdub. So if you, for instance, don't like this one word that it shows, or it says faster and easier, you can literally go click on it. And if you've got your voice trained on the software, which takes about a minute to train your voice, see it assigns a voice, and you can go pick somebody else's voice, or you can use your own voice, and then you can type in the words that you want it to say instead of the words that you did say. Yes, Jonathan.
So I remember Greg mentioning at some point that there was a AI service that he used also to remove filler words. However, it had a limitation on it where I think I don't know, like 100 words or 300 words or something. Once it was removed, and then that's it, it would stop. Do you have the same kind of limitations with this, or once you have the premium, it's ready to go?
It is this one. It is Descript, but this the limitation is just the free version and the paid version. So the free version will take give you up to 100 words, the 100 M's and R's that you can delete. The paid version is unlimited.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you.
Okay. So yeah, the very cool functionality, and then you can export the videos, obviously, even in 4K in the paid version. And if you want to actually carry on and add more things into it, like for instance, let's say over this paragraph, you want to add an overlay. So you want to add what they call B-roll video. You want to add another video or something like that. You can go and grab that video, and just on that section that you've highlighted, it will now add your B-roll or the additional video that you've done over that piece. So it makes it quite easy without having to try and line them up on your timeline. You just highlight the text where it should be. And this is a cool one in terms of eye contact. What this guy's showing here is that when he does the recording, he actually looks around. On the video, you'll see that he instead of looking to the front, he looks off to the right, he looks off to the left, he looks off to the top, and then he uses this effect called eye contact, where it literally, the AI is then going to make the eye contact stay looking forward. So this is after he's done it. In that same video, remember, he was looking to the left at this point, and then he was looking to the right, and his eyes literally stay fixed on looking at the camera. So you look like you are engaging with the audience. You're not looking around. Or if you're reading a transcript or something on the side, like if I'm looking over here and I'm reading the transcript, it'll take, once it's done the video, it'll actually put my eyes in front. So pretty cool tool as well. Who's going to be using this one?
Me, definitely. Can guarantee it.
Yeah. Well, for you guys that can speak naturally without M's and R's, you don't need this. But for us folks who say M and R a million times in a recording, like I just did, this is very useful. Okay, so that's called Descript.
Descript.
So this, yeah, that's right. This is actually just the little ad for Descript.
Surfing is never stops challenging you. It's a journey through the waves, but also through your very soul.
These nuggets are made from chicken.
Manatees are the Cadillac of marine mammals.
Just wanted to welcome you to the team with this little video. You need to capture your screen while recording yourself? Descript does that. Emily, that tastes of like non-chicken nuggets.
Yeah, I went too far. Okay.
So these nuggets are made from chicken, but they're made to emulate the taste of non-chicken nuggets. No.
Oh, that's much better.
Then edit all the blather out of your videos because my time is very precious.
Well, that's fire.
It's been said that manatees are the Cadillac of marine mammals.
Can you fix the color while you're there? Make it less teal and more
cerulean? Sure. It needs more style. It needs more clicks, more hits, more.
Place your background with something more fun. I prefer the cold void outer space. Let's boost that sound quality. Emulate the taste of non-chicken nuggets. Emulate the taste of non-chicken nuggets. Dope.
So yeah, I think it's quite a funky little tool. So I think it's the last one. I quickly want to show you another video editing tool is one called Lumen 5, and it was one on that list of top tools that people use. And again, you can start with a template over here. But the cool thing about this is also you can link it up to a a blog post or something that you've got, or somebody else's blog post, and then literally you copy and paste the URL and you paste that into Lumen 5, and it'll create a video for you. The way that Lumen 5 does it, it almost looks like it's creating a slide presentation, but it's actually creating videos. So you can see that's still the blog, and then it'll start working on the blog in terms of generating a video from it. It says continue with AI, and then once it's written the script, you can go and specify whether you want it on the side here, long or short, or whatever type of video you want. And then once you're happy with the script of your video, then you can jump forward in terms of converting and editing that video again. Is this still rolling? Yeah. And for instance, I'm just jumping forward. Then you can go into the same process of where you choose templates and that sort of stuff. So you can see similar sort of process that a lot of these tools follow. And then finally, you can go back to your source, which is the blog. If you want that picture, you can drag and drop it back into your presentation. Or if there's something that's left out, you can go and sort of highlight it and add that as a scene as another block, if you will, that it'll add as a scene to your video. So another great tool, Lumen 5, nice and easy to use.
Quentin, just a question quickly. Is it similar to Pictory?
Yeah, I think Pictory is also this sort of video production tool, if you will. And then this one is, I'm sure you guys have heard of Elevenlabs. So this is the controversial one where basically you can literally take anybody's voice and clone it and make them say whatever you want them to say. So for instance, you can go straight in and start using some of their voices that they've got, and you can type your script in it, and it'll create a voice for you that says that. So you can change the actual selection of voice, the voice settings.
It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it.
So that's one of the voices there. And then in terms of the voice settings, you can set the stability, to get more variableness or stableness, or the clarity, or whatever it is. You can slow it down, whatever way you prefer that voice to be. Yes, there's a question. Larry. Welcome, by the way, Larry. First time I see you. You're on mute. Larry, you're on mute. Oh, your sound is still off, Larry. Oh, we can't hear you. Is it just me? Can anybody else hear Larry?
No, he's muted.
Can you hear me now?
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear me now, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I am just wanted to ask about the ethics aspect of using someone else's voice, either in marketing or in basically communicating, or in recording. Do we need to have permissions, or do we need to have?
I think you're right, Larry. It is a massive issue, and we've seen a huge increase in the number of fake videos that has come out over the last few, in the last year, let's say, with the invention of AI. It is obviously not legal to use somebody else's voice, but the thing is how to control this, because before AI, or a year, 2 years ago, it was only people that really had access to specialized tools, studios and things that could do that. Now, literally anybody can do that. As I'm showing you here, you could literally go to Elevenlabs now and go create a video of, the president saying things that he never said. So that, and this is just this is the voice synthesizer. you could do that with video as well, where you can even have people synchronize their lips. That tool is called HeyGen, and people are creating videos every single day. So that is an ethical issue. That is, one of the top things that people are concerned about with AI, and where is this all going? I think for us, the only thing that we can do is to guard ourselves in terms of these watch these fake videos that come out. They, one of the things. Carry on.
Just want to also ask, I received quite a number of calls from salespeople, and they sound more like human, but telling me something about, oh, you've been investigated by the HMRC in the UK, and they want you to, because you haven't done your tax return, and we can help you do that. And or some will say, we heard you have some debts that you want to write off, and we have, so it's a very clear voice. You have to be very careful to be able to detect this is. But could that be training? Because from where you're coming from, I'm from the lecturing or training background. Okay. And I want to try and see how we can educate people. I mean, this is very important, but also could there be ways in which you can identify some of these loopholes and help to vulnerable individual to know how to avert some of these issues?
Yeah, I think there are a couple of things that we could probably do, and this is I'm no expert, Larry, and if anybody else has got things that would be great, but I would say sort of the first thing, if you see somebody say something, is to check the source. Where's that video posted? Was it on that person's own platform or certified platform, or is it just something that was being sent around on social media? I think that's a first question mark. If you can trace that video back to the official website of that person or organization, then that's probably a good sign. But anything else, I think we'll take with a pinch of salt. Another thing, and it's a little bit more scary than what you're mentioning, Gary, is where people actually use, to scam you, not just to sell you something, but literally to scam you. Where people phone up a mother or a father, pretending to be the son or the daughter, and saying, "Hey, Dad, I'm in trouble. Please transfer money into my account. I'll tell you about it later. Please just do it. I need help." Now, that sort of scenario is where we need to almost put new rules in place. We have rules in the real world to say no to strangers and not to get into other people's cars, but that's where we almost have to have passwords now in the family to say, when you get that kind of call and you're not so sure, who am I really speaking to, that you can say, what's the family password, or ask them just to say something, that is specific. So those are a couple of ordinary tricks, but if it's being created with malicious intent, I think it's going to be very hard to detect. Yeah, because
it's already happening. It takes scamming to the next level, because they're automated bots being built by software companies, and they rent out their technology to the criminals. So it's already happening. It just increases the scammers' power and options. So we have to be very careful. But we'll see when the court cases start coming out, who stops what and who does what.
Absolutely, yeah.
And there is a company now, I mean, even the banks are saying, my voice is my password.
Oh, my word.
Yes, the banks are actually asking you to say, my voice is my password. Now AI can mimic your voice. Yeah. And if you say my voice is my password, you're already giving yourself away.
Yeah, no.
Completely.
There'll have to be new security devices and things like that invented, I think, for this sort of thing. So you're making me feel guilty, Larry, because I'm basically teaching this stuff.
I'm so sorry about that. I'm so sorry. I just want to kind of...
it's all Quinton's fault. It's your fault, Quinton.
I'm showing the world how to do this. So hopefully nobody on this call is going to use this for malicious purposes. I'm showing it in terms of a use case, you know, for where you can use it in your business and create ads for your business in a quick and easy way. You know, for a lot of people who want to run ads and want to maybe create YouTube videos to promote their business, but they're a little bit shy, you know, train your voice, type out the message, and just produce the videos like that. And they, you know, immediately it's better quality, better production, all of that sort of stuff there. So I want to show you just kind of quickly, you can choose different voices and stuff like that. But then when you get to the voice cloning part, so right here is if you go to type of voice you want to create, you want to design a voice. So, or you want an instant voice cloning, which is, I'm saying your own voice or somebody else's voice. So you can literally upload a file. So you can download a file of YouTube of somebody saying something, drag and drop it in here, and it'll create that person's voice pretty quick and easy. And then you can use that in whatever you know, use case you've got. So was there somebody else with a question? I seem to think I missed a hand. Just let me know. So that's Elevenlabs, great tool. And again, if you go to ChatGPT, Elevenlabs has got a GPT which can do this quick and easy. So even before you hop over to Elevenlabs, you can type out your prompt over here, ask ChatGPT to help you improve the prompt, and it'll produce it with, actually, I think you can download the sound clip from ChatGPT without going to Elevenlabs. But if you want to edit it and that sort of stuff, you need to go across to Elevenlabs. So yeah, lots of different stuff. This is just another editing video where you can make short clips from long videos. So if you've got an hour-long seminar or webinar or something that you did, you could literally, the software, what it will do, I'm not going to go into the demo right now, but it'll trim the video into different short clips that you can then post onto like YouTube Shorts, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all of those sort of where the shorter format. And the AI will basically help you to cut it in such a way that those clips make sense. So it's not just cutting 1 minute clips, cutting the whole video into 1 minute clips, but it actually understands the content and creates the clips likewise. So the other thing is, like for instance, if you go from a horizontal video to a vertical video, sometimes your character is sitting outside the borders. So what this AI will do is move the camera shot automatically, so the important bits are being shown in the video. So very interesting stuff. Great. Okay, Larry, thanks for joining us. So where are you from?
Well, I'm from London. I am from a senior lecturer at the University, the York St. John's University in London. Okay. I teach digital health, and I use AI to establish design thinking for students. So I'm very, very interested in this. One of the things that one of my students I've just mentioned in the class is that now if anyone calls you and you're not expecting their calls and you haven't saved the number, do not say hello first. Okay. Because they only want to hear your hello, and they can basically copy your voice and edit your voice. Wow. Just someone call you, you don't know who they are, you say hello, and they just pick that hello, and that's it. They go with it, and they can basically dub your voice and change it to whatever they want. Yeah, so very crazy world. That's crazy. Yeah, Larry, if you wanted to sort of maybe come and tell us a little bit more about the ethics and stuff that you teach, I think we'll all be interested to hear more about that. Should I do it now or later? No, we sort of out of time. Okay. You know, it's sort of 6:30 is usually our cutoff time. But if you want to join us next week, just let me know. I'll do that. Yes, I'll do that. I have a lot to share. Actually. Yeah, just reply to me on the email, on the invite, and maybe we can have a quick chat before next week. Sure, no worries. Thank you. All right.
Great. By the way, everybody, feel free to invite some people that you believe should be on this call and that would be relevant in terms of not just people who can learn, but also people who can contribute, like Larry has just told us about, or just people who just want to ask questions and just want to understand this stuff a little bit more. Great.
Thanks.
Thanks, everybody. Any more quick ones before we go, or you want to stay on? The rest of you can go if you have to. Go have supper.
Thanks, Quentin.
Cheers.
Good content.
Thank you
We
so
always
much.
learn something. Keep going. Cheers, man.
Thank you.
Thanks, Clinton.
Thanks,
Awesome.
Quentin.
Thank you very much, Quentin.
Welcome. Thank you.
Bye, Quentin.
Bye.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
Quentin,
Sorry.
I'll reach out to you tomorrow
Okay. All right. That's fine. I'll
for
be.
the Canva.
That's perfect. I'll look out for your email.
Yes, perfect. Thank you so much. Have a good evening.
Great. Bye-bye. Thanks, Sinclair. Nice to see you.
Hi, Jonathan. Sorry, what's your S stand for? Yeah, I want to get to know you better as a person.
What is?
So yeah, it's my surname, Slonim.
Oh. So what's your surname?
Slonim.
Slonim.
Would you like me to spell it in phonetics?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Great. Nice background, Sinclair.
Thank you.
Is that AI generated?
No, it's fan art that someone created for the
Wow.
second Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse movie.
That's amazing. Yeah. So it's actually drawn by an artist.
Yes, yes.
Oh, fantastic. Okay. Great. Thank you. Nice to see everybody and see you next week and invite more people.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you,
Can
Quentin. See you next week.
Can I stay on, Quentin, so we can talk after?
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
Would you mind if I stayed on to listen in?
Yeah. There we go. Femi, can you quickly say hello? Do you have?
Hello, can you say hello?
Just want to see if they're a bot or not. They're cloning us.
Well, how about this Firefowl note taker?
Oh, Fireflies. It's a bot actually that records the meeting. Some people do that. They don't attend meetings. They just let their bot attend it, and then it gives them a summary of the meeting.
All right. Okay. All right.
Okay.
No worries. Baba Femi is actually my staff, so one of my staff, and I asked him to join in to learn a few things about what's going on here. But Femi, are you there? Can you talk to us? Well, maybe just.
Yeah, hi, good evening, everybody.
Hi.
Good evening. How are you?
Hi.
I'm good.
Nice to hear your voice.
Just introduce yourself. What do you do?
Okay, my name is Femi from Nigeria. I'm into marketing and communications, basically.
Okay, that sounds interesting. Yeah, we'd like to hear a little bit more about what you do. You can next time when you come on the call next week.
Sure, I will.
Okay.
Good.
Thank you.
So what I want to probably ask you, Quentin, is that there are loads and loads of software out there with AI being generated, and now you've heard a bit about ethics that attached to it, and we have no control over this.
Yeah.
And it's basically I now have students submitting work developed by AI, and now AI is asking them to actually credit them to say this was assisted by AI and things like that. But no student will admit to that because they don't want to see that this is being done by AI.
Yeah.
And some unfortunately cannot even edit the work to the point that you can see that this is written, and because AI doesn't have feelings, it writes just based on what you feed in. You feed in garbage, it gives you garbage. So without knowing how to edit your work correctly and clearly, then you could be in serious trouble. But we have no policy right now to say we can refuse the work and stuff like that. So I'm trying to get to know more of the software that are out there that could help students write their assignments. And even, I mean, very well written assignment have been submitted, and I say, wow, this is beautiful. And even proposals have been written to organization. And I saw one video recently from Canada where AI, kind of clone a bank manager.
Wow.
And actually ask them to call a meeting. No, first and foremost, call one of the staff and actually show his face, and he looked exactly the same.
Wow.
And say, I want you to transfer some money from one account to another account. And the guy said, sir, I mean, that is not the way you operate. I mean, I can't do that. Then he said, and because that I am one of the staff, but I have other senior managers who can do this. Then he said, and the AI told him to call other managers, other people who are his bosses, which he knows. Perhaps AI doesn't know those people, but because it looks like his boss, so he respected his boss and then called other people. And when other people that he called, because he called them, they trusted him, they believed him that his boss is speaking to him.
Yeah.
And then they all came on AI, and you can see everyone looks exactly like the person. Everyone from the company and this guy, they know each other. The only person different who looks at their boss is the AI.
Yeah.
So on the whole thing, all was okay.
Yeah.
So because they can see this guy talking to the rest of the guys, and they can see their bosses, as AI, and they transfer the money.
So it's not just one guy, it's literally a whole executive team or something.
That's right. So because they can see the executive chairman basically telling them what to do, and one person who was contacted by the AI were used as a tool, who now ring everyone else up.
Yeah.
So when he rang them up, they believe him because they know him, they trusted him, and he is now thinking he's talking to the executive chairman. So when they came on board, so they think this was organized. So he's aware, the chairman is aware. So when he said, well, we need this urgently, and it was so scripted that you couldn't fault it.
Yeah, no, it is. But I think, I'm actually also have a particular interest in the education side of things, actually how AI impacts education, schooling, varsities, and all of that sort of stuff. Because and I've actually been doing a lot of research in terms of how what teachers and professors and lecturers are doing to deal with this whole thing of AI. And I think the big part of it is to develop a policy and procedure for your specific school, and have that in place and make sure everybody knows it. And if somebody is being suspected of cheating with AI, that there's a protocol to follow, so that it is not up to an individual teacher to make up their minds where, what to do, and chasing this or banning this kid from the class or kicking them out of school or something like that. But there's actually a policy or a procedure that you can follow. But your question was around tools. There are obviously a lot of plagiarism tools. Even before AI, there were tools that would detect plagiarism, where people literally just copy and paste from Google, and those tools would pick that up. There are now tools that are specifically pick up whether it was AI written or not.
What are they called?
Oh gosh, I'll have to go back and look it up. I can, if you email me, I'll email you a couple of names.
Okay, because we have Turnitin. We have Turnitin that we use to detect plagiarism.
Yeah,
Turnitin. We use that to do that. But here's the point. Here's the point. Turnitin will pick where a student failed to credit the source of the material they're using.
Yeah.
So, and then if there were collusion, Turnitin will detect all of that.
Yeah.
But AI basically is so clever that you will not get that plagiarism part of it, because it creates content
Yeah.
more or less from scratch, and then but making sure that it's not
detectable.
Because it searches the words and it basically combines the phrases and uses different kind of terminology to represent what you're saying. So
Yeah.
it's so, I mean, it's like when you say we are using calculator. You said 2 + 2 is 4, and you can't get anything better than that. It's 4, so it's 4. So, but you use calculator to basically do that. So with AI will get you what you want, but of course, it's very naughty and it's not intelligent. People think it's intelligent. He basically listens to what you're saying. It's whatever you feed AI that he gives you. But if you look deep down, there's no substance to some of the things he says, and it's not critical research. You just on the surface. They give you something very basic, nothing detailed.
Correct. Yeah.
And what this have done is that many people are now losing what we call critical thinking ability. They're not able to think deeply again because they can easily get the answer to their questions, and you can get away with it as much as possible. If you're not writing a papers, journals that require some deep research, you can get away with just writing an assignment and getting. So it's actually very clever. All you need to do is use the paid version of it.
Yeah. No, so I actually played around. I just got onto 2 tools that claim to detect AI written content. And I literally went to ChatGPT and I had it write a short story for me, or a short couple of paragraphs. And I copied and pasted it into both of those tools. The one tool told me it's 100% AI written. The other told me it's 100% human written. So it's quite difficult to then decide. So these tools aren't foolproof, I think, is what the thing is. But this is where I think where the protocol comes in is, yes, that's maybe the first test that you do, is to see if what the tools are saying. But then it's going to require a human eye and a little bit more understanding of the history of that student, and that has to come into it and things like that. And then there's procedures or the way that we teach has got to change. So they're saying, for instance, if it's written content and teaching writing and essays and stuff like that, we're going to have to go old school and have them write in books in class instead of sending the stuff. When it comes to research and stuff like that, you can actually give them permission and say, you're welcome to go research this topic on ChatGPT, but bring the research in class and then write it here in front of me. There's other tools that literally you can record as you are typing onto, say, Google Docs, and then it'll literally, obviously you'll see that keystrokes as you're typing, but if you're copying and pasting, suddenly there's a paragraph that you didn't type, then that can be used as a flag. But I think that's kind of tedious, because it's a lecturer or a student, a teacher would have to go and watch everybody's videos on how they wrote their essays. But that could be something that gets fed in as well. An interesting one that I heard recently is they call it the Frankenstein technique. Is they actually the teachers put in their prompt a couple of key words, and they color the text white and they make it small, so the student doesn't see that the text is there, and they copy the whole question and paste it into ChatGPT. ChatGPT can obviously see that text even though it's white, and then it brings in words like the word Frankenstein, for instance, and it comes into this the student's essay, and then obviously if the teacher sees that word, she'll know that that person used AI. I mean, it's crazy, but that's kind of what it comes to.
And ChatGPT have a particular font that they use.
Oh yeah.
And so they have a particular font, and you can detect them, because many students don't know that you have to check those things.
Yeah.
And you can have some part of it as the font, but you also see this other part of it, which is also a different font altogether.
Yeah.
So you can basically people can detect it, and the sentence, the structure, because it's like some of the wording are from Pakistan, from the you can get the structure of the English. It's not
Oh yeah.
refined. It's not refined. You can tell. So
Absolutely.
and
Yeah.
so and every time they say something, they tell you the greetings is always the same. And so I wish this email meets you well, or things like that. Those are the kind of things. So that is starting. So this is AI, model.
Absolutely.
Anyway, so it'll be nice.
Send me an email, and then we'll just have a look in the week, and then next week, I don't know if you want 15 minutes or you want half an hour, whatever you want, let me know.
Just 15 minutes, it will be fine.
Okay.
To kind of look at how, but I'll first and foremost talk about how AI can help in terms of medicine, in terms of digital health.
Yes.
And global health. We can look at the advantages.
Sounds
then look at the advantages first, and then probably talk a bit about what we need to be careful of, and how that could be damaging. Like you said, people's voice, but somebody can call home and just say, "This is daddy," and then you see exactly it's daddy, but you can't see daddy's face because it's on the phone.
Yeah.
And they say, "Come on, open the door," and then you open the door, and it's not daddy. It's not daddy.
Yeah.
So there could be a lot of things happening that one has to be careful of.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you for
your time. Thank you.
Just speaking up, and we'll chat next week. Thanks, Jonathan.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Thank you. Cheers. Have a great evening.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.